consider the following statements regarding the term Union of States as mentioned in Article 1 of the Indian Constitution. Statement 1. The term Union of States signifies that the Indian Federation is not the result of an agreement among the states. Statement 2. The states in India have the constitutional right to secede from the Union if they choose to do so. Which of the following is correct in respect of the above statements? Options: A. 1 only, B. 2 only, C. both 1 and 2, D. neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option A. Statement 1 is correct. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar explained that the term Union of States was used instead of Federation of States because the Indian Federation is not the result of an agreement among the states, unlike the American Federation. Statement 2 is incorrect. The states in India do not have the right to secede from the Union. The Federation is indestructible, meaning the country remains an integral whole and states exist only for administrative convenience. Consider the following statements regarding the territorial classification and powers under the Indian Constitution. Statement 1. The term Territory of India includes states, union territories, and territories that may be acquired by the Government of India in the future. Statement 2. Article 2 empowers Parliament to create new states within the existing Union of India. Statement 3. The provisions of the 5th and 6th schedules apply to the administration of scheduled and tribal areas within certain states. How many statements given above are incorrect? Options: A. only 1, B. only 2, C. all 3, D. none. The correct answer is option A. Statement 1 is correct. The term Territory of India is broader than Union of India as it includes states, union territories, and territories that may be acquired by the Government of India in the future. Statement 2 is incorrect. Article 2 empowers Parliament to admit into the Union of India new states or established states that were not part of the Union previously. It does not deal with internal reorganization of existing states. This is covered in Article 3. Statement 3 is correct. The 5th and 6th schedules of the Constitution provides for the administration of scheduled and tribal areas within specific states. Which of the following powers are granted to the Parliament under Article 3 of the Indian Constitution? Statement 1. Formation of a new state by separating territory from any state. Statement 2. Increasing or diminishing the area of any state. Statement 3. Alteration of the boundaries of any state. Statement 4. Changing the name of any state. Statement 5. Admission of new states into the Union of India. Select the correct answer using the codes given below. Options: A. 1, 2, 3 and 4 only, B. 1, 3 and 5 only, C. 2, 4 and 5 only, D. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. The correct answer is option A. 1, 2, 3 and 4 only. Article 3 authorizes the Parliament to form a new state by separation of territory from any state or by uniting two or more states or parts of states or by uniting any territory to a part of any state. Increase the area of any state. Diminish the area of any state. Alter the boundaries of any state and alter the name of any state. The admission of new states into the Union is covered under Article 2, not Article 3. Which of the following statements is correct regarding the power of Parliament to alter the territory of a state under Article 3 of the Indian Constitution? Statements: 1. Parliament can cede Indian territory to a foreign country under Article 3. 2. Parliament requires a constitutional amendment under Article 368 to cede Indian territory to a foreign country. 3. Settlement of boundary disputes requires a constitutional amendment under Article 368. 4. Parliament cannot diminish the area of any state under Article 3. The correct answer is option 2. The Supreme Court, in its decision regarding the Berubari Union case 1960, held that the power of Parliament under Article 3 to diminish the area of a state does not extend to ceding Indian territory to a foreign country. Such a secession requires a constitutional amendment under Article 368, as was done through the 9th Constitutional Amendment Act 1960. However, settlement of boundary disputes can be achieved through executive action if it does not involve the secession of Indian territory. Consider the following statements. Statement 1. The 100th Constitutional Amendment Act enabled the exchange of enclaves and boundary demarcation between India and Bangladesh, modifying the first schedule of the Constitution. Second statement. The Land Boundary Agreement of 1974 was ratified after the Protocol of 2011 resolved pending territorial issues. Which of the following is incorrect in respect of the above statements? Options: A. 1 only, B. 2 only, C. both 1 and 2, D. neither 1 nor 2. Correct answer is option D. Statement 1 is correct. The 100th Amendment Act facilitated the exchange of 111 Indian and 51 Bangladeshi enclaves and resolved adverse possession issues, updating the first schedule for affected states. Statement 2 is correct. The 1974 Land Boundary Agreement was ratified after the 2011 Protocol addressed unresolved territorial and boundary issues. Consider the following statements. Statement 1. The Indian Independence Act 1947 allowed the princely states to join India, join Pakistan, or remain independent. Statement 2. Hyderabad, Junagadh, and Kashmir initially refused to join India and were later integrated through police action, referendum, and the instrument of accession, respectively. Which of the following is correct in respect of the above statements? Options: A. Both Statement 1 and Statement 2 are correct, and Statement 2 is the correct explanation for Statement 1. B. Both Statement 1 and Statement 2 are correct, and Statement 2 is not the correct explanation for Statement 1. C. Statement 1 is correct, but Statement 2 is incorrect. D. Statement 1 is incorrect, but Statement 2 is correct. The correct answer is option A. Statement 1 is correct. The Indian Independence Act 1947 provided princely states the choice to join India, join Pakistan, or remain independent. This decision shaped the political map of the newly independent nations. Statement 2 is correct. Hyderabad joined India through police action, that is Operation Polo, Junagadh through a referendum, and Kashmir through the instrument of accession, resolving their initial refusal to join India. What was the primary recommendation of the Dhar Commission regarding the reorganization of states in 1948? Options: A. States should be reorganized based on linguistic factors. B. States should remain as they were without reorganization. C. States should be reorganized based on administrative convenience. D. States should be reorganized based on economic viability. The correct answer is option C. The Dhar Commission, established in 1948, recommended the reorganization of states on the basis of administrative convenience rather than linguistic factors. This decision caused resentment and led to the formation of the JVP committee to re-examine the issue. Which of the following correctly describes the recommendation of the JVP committee in 1949 regarding the reorganization of states? Options: A. States should be reorganized based on linguistic factors. B. States should be reorganized based on administrative convenience. C. Economic factors should determine the reorganization of states. D. Language should not be the primary basis for reorganization of states. The correct answer is option D. The JVP committee, consisting of Jawaharlal Nehru, Vallabhbhai Patel and Pattabhi Sitaramayya, was formed to review the recommendations of the Dhar Commission. In its 1949 report, the committee rejected language as the primary basis for the reorganization of states, prioritizing national unity over linguistic considerations. Which of the following were identified as key factors by the Fazl Ali Commission for the reorganization of states in India? Statement 1. Preservation and strengthening of the unity and security of the country. Statement 2. Linguistic and cultural homogeneity. Statement 3. Financial, economic and administrative considerations. Statement 4. Promotion of industrial development over cultural unity. Which of the statements given above are correct? Options: A. 1, 2 and 3 only. B. 1, 3 and 4 only. C. 2 and 3 only. D. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Correct answer is option A. The Fazl Ali Commission, appointed in 1953, identified 4 key factors for reorganization: preservation and strengthening of the unity and security of the country, linguistic and cultural homogeneity, financial, economic and administrative considerations, planning and promotion of the welfare of people at both the state and national levels, but not industrial development over cultural unity. Consider the following statements regarding the reorganization of states and union territories in India. Statement 1. The States Reorganization Act 1956 created 14 states and 6 union territories, marking the first major linguistic reorganization of states. Statement 2. The 36th Constitutional Amendment Act 1975 elevated Sikkim from an associate state to a full-fledged state of India. Statement 3. The Andhra Pradesh Reorganization Act 2014 created the state of Telangana, making it the 29th state of India. Statement 4. The Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Act 2019 granted Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh the status of full states. How many statements given above are correct? Options: A. Only 1. B. Only 2. C. Only 3. D. All 4. The correct answer is option 3. Statement 1 is correct. The State Reorganization Act 1956 reorganized states based on linguistic and administrative convenience, creating 14 states and 6 union territories. Statement 2 is correct. The 36th Amendment Act 1975 made Sikkim a full-fledged state and 22nd state of India. Statement 3 is correct. The Andhra Pradesh Reorganization Act 2014 bifurcated Andhra Pradesh and created Telangana, making it the 29th state of India. Statement 4 is incorrect. The Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Act 2019 bifurcated the state into 2 union territories, not full states, Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh.